everybody. Top-rated player, Malex McBlat here. I am so thrilled that you guys are watching my top-rated player videos. This is not a Super Pro match, but with the amount of shots fired, it might end up surprising you. It might seem like a Super Pro match. No, I'm playing the new DLC, which is spectacular, well worth the 800 points. Everyone should go get it. I definitely recommend it. Only problem with the DLC is everyone wants to play as the Pariah, or at least I do, because he's awesome. He's spectacular. Little known fact, if you're playing Assassinate mode, don't do what this guy's doing. The whole sprinting and then trying to use Templar vision.
First blood.
Nope, that's what happens. That's exactly what happens if you try and do that. I don't know if you guys find that murder as satisfying and spectacular as I do. That is my favorite animation of all the new players, new characters kills. That one just makes me so happy. This one isn't a great animation right here, but you know, if you can get hidden poisons, it's not necessarily a spectacular animation. But hey, at least he murdered the guy that was probably aiming in on me for a second. I appreciate that a great deal. And I see that Damarosa coming. I see that Damarosa absolutely coming towards me. And I feel like dispensing some gunfire. More shots fired. I could actually use the shots fired meter from Super Pro match. Little known fact, if you have to be locked onto me before you charge, you guys should know that. As far as abilities are concerned, charge is actually a great ability. When I first was starting this game, I loved using charge because you can, if people are hanging out in hidden groups, you can just charge the hidden group on defense because you do not need to be locked on to get stuns. However, you do need to be locked on if you're going to try and murder people. So you can just always, scream Manifest Destiny, more shots fired. I absolutely love that gun. That gun is my favorite weapon of all of the weapons in this. I really like hiding. You do not need Blender. Blender I actually think makes you a little bit obvious in this game mode. Because if you immediately see a person in the group change, you know exactly what person in general is going to work. I use rapid reload, smoke bombs, and slow acting poison. And I wasn't expecting to do well enough. In previous games, I switch profiles all the time. Usually firecrackers are perfect right here. It's exactly in this hidden group, throw them down. If I'd done it right now, I could have figured out whoever it was. I was trying to lock onto those Harlequins, because usually someone freaks out when they get locked onto, especially if there's a hidden group approaching. But I decided if they're just going to stand still, I'm not going to concern myself with them. If they're not looking to concern themselves with me, which is a pretty reasonable way to go. The one thing that I don't necessarily like about this game mode is all of that sprinting that I just did right there means absolutely nothing. I'm totally incognito because I locked on at the last second, and that's all that really makes a difference. So you can sort of run up to them, the second you lock on, just take a couple of sprints forward to them. And that counts. I don't know if that was really all that, all that stealthy, all that great. I jogged up to them as long as I hit the button first. That's all that mattered. Yeah, I probably should have waited, or this is exactly why in my abilities. Oh, that kill is awesome. For me, for my perks, I'm using overall cooldowns, and I am using. I see you coming here, Heliquin. I know you're on the way. I like to use resistance because you are not able to focus people if they stun you. You can't get a focus kill on them. But I can, however, get a 3 bonus silent kill streak. That's pretty solid. If I'm not mistaken, that was my 3rd silent kill streak of the match in a row without dying. So this game mode is pretty fun if you like to just dispense a bunch of sweet murder. Come on, Blacksmith. You're going to make it that obvious? You are disguised. You are the Damarosa in a disguise, and I still figured out who you are. Nice try. Trying to still get the hidden, discreet. Not going to really work out too well. I even see you switch back. I don't know why you're walking away, but if you're going to do that, I'm going to murder some people in the meantime. Templar vision, if I see Templar vision, I'm immediately unimpressed. Especially in this game mode, You're going to glow white. Let me dodge out of the way of that. I have no idea why I just dodged that, but I did. Pretty handy. And as long as I'm doing things, let me shoot more people in the face. Because shooting people in the face is awesome. Look at this. This is disgusting. The Damarosa just stabbed me with her hairpin and then put it back in her hair. Did you guys notice that? I don't know if you guys saw that. That is gross. I think that is really disgusting. I'm now convinced that maybe she was a blonde or maybe she was a brunette, but she just had blood all over her hairpin and just keeps sticking it back in her hair. All of my blood and guts. That's gross. But hey, I did make it almost halfway through the match without dying, which is pretty solid. Let me be all braggadocious and awesome. Hey, a lot of people that I see playing this match, not just this officer, but a lot of people that I see like to run around on rooftops, and I don't necessarily understand it. I want you guys to learn right here. You want to be the last person in a massacre chain. This was a mistake for me to drop down right there. I should have waited another second or two. Because if you saw, there was a bunch of murder that was about to take place right in that little circle. And I could have stood up there and just watched a couple of people take place and picked off the last one. But you're not gonna get everything right this match. I have to say this mode that I've seen is a lot of feast or famine. There are some games where I put up ridiculously nice numbers. Not as nice as this. This is by far my best game. But it does sort of throw off the curve a little bit for people who want to play Wanted exclusively. You know, there are some games where you're going to put up ridiculous numbers, and then there are some games where you're going to end up, you know, getting murdered just way too many times. Anytime you step out in public, you get murdered. It can be hit and miss at times. I got lucky right there. That's usually when I lock onto someone at the exact same time, I get destroyed, and it doesn't work out for me at all. Usually, since I'm used to people using resistance, I figured that person was going to use resistance as well. So that's why I poisoned quickly, didn't get enough chance for the focus. Probably should have tried for it. That you are so obvious. Obvious guy is obvious, and obvious guy gets shot in the face. That's how I don't mess around. I am terrible at picking out people out of a group. You should never kill an NPC, because if you're dumb enough to kill an NPC, you deserve what happens to you. I absolutely deserve that. That was my fault. That's what I get for being dumb and murdering an NPC. It would have been much more advisable to just walk by that group entirely, wait for the Heliquin to make the first move, wait for the Heliquin to do something, try and figure it out at that point. So that did not work out too incredibly well. But the rest of this match kind of does. If the beginning of that match didn't work out too well, this one does. This is just lucky. This is just I locked onto you before you locked onto me. That was entirely how that worked. That wasn't particularly skillful, which is the other main problem I have with this game mode, as much as I enjoy it. You know, it is fun to just get 9 kills in a row and you know, get 3 silent kill streaks in the same game. I see you coming here, footpad. Footpad, you better lock onto me first, because if you don't, I am going to shoot you in the face. If I don't shoot you in the face, I'm going to poison you. And that proves that I don't remember what I just did here. I'm pretty sure I get the poison. That's right, because I had the poison available. And then I feel like, yeah, this works out really well. 900 points for the poison. And then right here, because I'm locked on and I am able to get the focus, plus grounded, plus greater variety. That was 1,900 points I just scored, because that's going to be a 1,000-point kill. That's a 1,900 points in like 8 seconds of gameplay, or 10 seconds of gameplay. That is pretty solid. You're not able to pull off points like that in Wanted. That is never going to happen. But it is pretty satisfying when you're able to do it. I feel bad for this footpad, because I just did terrible things to you, and I'm about to do terrible things to you again. Don't use... No. Bad. That's what you got what you deserve. You know what? You deserve that. I don't feel bad at all that I just murdered you twice in a row. You got exactly what you deserve for using Templar Vision. Don't do it. Getting exposed right then doesn't actually technically... It's still got an incognito for it. I don't really understand how that works. I totally got... I know that Damarosa's after me. But hey, at least I'm able to throw a smoke bomb, and at least she's able to counter smoke bomb it and then end up murdering me no matter what. So that was awesome. Worked out reasonably well right up until that point, maybe. I'm going to have 30 seconds left. See, right now, 12,000. 12,000 is a pretty solid score, but I have 30 seconds left. And I think there's more I can do in this 30 seconds. Because I feel like being an overachiever. I heard about how other people put up some really big numbers, and 12,000 is a nice number, but let's see if I can do any better. Here's how this is going to break down. Damarosa targets the Harlequin. Harlequin comes running after me to get away from the Damarosa. That's a poison, and that's a murder. That's exactly how that works. So both of them end up dying at the exact same time, essentially. And with a couple of seconds left, someone's right behind me. I sense trouble coming from behind. But if I can get a 3-kill streak right before the game ends, I think that's pretty solid. I'm going to take that last 30 seconds of awesome and just be excited. I think that was pretty good and enjoy it. And speaking of enjoying it, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me post some ridiculous numbers in this new game mode. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing the Pariah just disperse justice in people's face. 24 and 5, 15 incognitos, 5 discreets, which happens when people lock onto you, and that's going to happen. So here's another way to go about playing this game potentially. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to stop with the recording, have a escort match I'm going to be posting soon. Thanks again for watching, and I'm going to stop talking.